A very good evening to viewers and listeners. I'm Zainab Muhammad with Safalma News. Government has indicated readiness to search and develop talented youth in the state for rapid technological development. The governor of Katsina State, Alhaji Aminu Bello Masari, stated this as the final of Katsina International Talent Hall Challenge competition held at the conference hall of the state secretariat. The governor, who said the competition was aimed at encouraging youth to be creative that will make them job providers than to be job seekers, noted that already the state has gone far on skills acquisitions programs through vocational trainings at BATC and Katsina Craft Village. Governor Aminu Bello Masari assured those who excel in their academic performance with adequate reward as motivation and they are revealed that already state government has offered automatic employment to the state indigents who graduated with first-class degrees from various universities in Nigeria in employment of 2 nurses as tutors who also excelled at their graduation. At the end of the occasion, the governor presented a Jeep Highlander with 2 million naira as a prize to the overall winner of the competition, Abdul Hakim Bishir Gafai. The competition was of 4 categories: ICT, automobiles, and musical as well as entertainment. Winners in the categories were given different prizes. The first, second, and third winners were given 5 million, 3 million, and 1.5 million naira, respectively. The National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Person, NAPTIP, is collaborating with security agencies to address increasing rates of human trafficking. Dr. Fatima Waziri, the Director General of NAPTIP, is seeking support of Nigerian Army in this regard as she visits the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya. Trafficking in person for human organs has become the most stringent aspect of human trafficking.
I'll crave your indulgence if we can get more opportunities to get different kind of trainings. So any kind of capacity building, especially for our investigators. We have an intelligence and international cooperation unit.
Willing to support. I'm happy that you identify the need to corroborate and liaise with other agencies
in an effort to reduce the effects of human trafficking in the country. The NAPTIP has taken its campaign to Koma community in Adamawa State to sensitize and enlighten people of the dangers of human trafficking. Koma communities over years have formed victims to human trafficking that necessitates visit by NAPTIP to the area. The Nigerian Customs has proposed 3.1 trillion naira budget target for 2022 with Apapa, Tinkan and One ports to get scanners to enable it generates more revenue service in 2022. This proposal was disclosed on Monday during budget defense of the Nigerian Customs in Abuja. Chairman House of Committee on Customs, Leki Abejide, commended the Nigerian Customs Services for generating above the proposed budget in 2021, but tasked them to do more by equipping the customs with more scanners to aid activities and improve revenue for the service. He urged the customs to engage more on social operative responsibility with communities that host the service so as to win their confidence and cooperation. While expressing his appreciation with the support he has received with the House Committee, the Customs said the service has concluded to deploy mobile scanners to the 3 most important posts to boost revenue generation. He also outlined key areas improvement the service is working on to ensure effectiveness on its revenue drive. Lawmakers sought clarification of some issues raised by the customs boss, which is promptly addressed. The committee unanimously adopts the proposal with a promise that will be passed by the House when it's finally presented at the plenary. A magistrate court sitting in Akure State sentenced a woman, Owoyomi, to 3.5 years imprisonment for brutalizing a 12-year-old boy, Joel Sunday, who was serving her as a maid. The convict was arrested by the police after she inflicted many injuries on the body of the victim by taking a piece of meat from her pot. People saw the 12-year-old boy crying with marks on his body, which indicated that some of his body were seriously injured with razor blade. This prompted concerned individuals and relevant authorities to swing into action, leading to the arrest of the arraignment of the 36-year-old woman before court on 5-count charge bordering on attempted murder and violence against persons, among others. In a judgment, the magistrate, Mrs. Olafemi Ogi, said the judgment will serve as deterrent to others. Sultan of Sokoto, Muhammad Sa'ad Abubakar, has called for a wider conciliation and engagement by all the stakeholders to get Nigerians accept COVID-19 vaccinations. He was speaking while receiving the Director, National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Professor Faisal Shuaib, and officials of UNICEF, and who on courtesy visit to the palace. Lawal Gonda has details in his report.
This is not the first time the Sultan is receiving such officials at his palace. And this time they were at the palace to solicit for the Sultan's support to sensitize Nigerians on the efficacy of COVID-19. Efficacy of COVID-19 vaccine to enable the country meet the target of 1,412,113,000 of 15% of the eligible population needed to facilitate against the pandemic before the end of March this year in Sokoto State. Professor Shuaib informed the Sultan that despite the successes accorded in the fight against poliomyelitis, Sokoto is identified as amongst the more performing states in the COVID-19 vaccine uptake. The advocacy visit also called for more engagement of traditional institutions to meet the target. Sultan Muhammad Sa'ad Abubakar advocated for more engagement of stakeholders on sensitization. The Sultan called for more concerted efforts toward alleviating the sufferings of the masses to achieve the targeted objectives. During the visit, the Sultan was presented with an award of excellence for his sustained support to healthcare development in Nigeria.
Yes, there is medicine. And Islam allows us to take medicine as a precaution to get well when we are sick.
Lawal Gonda, reporting for Safalma TV Radio.
This news is coming to you from Safalma TV Radio online. You can reach us on Facebook by searching Safalma TV Radio. Kebbi State has indicated interest to enter bilateral cooperation with the Pakistan authorities on agriculture, education, healthcare, and commerce as deliberate efforts to move the state forward. Governor Abubakar Atiku Baikudu indicated this when he received the Pakistan High Commissioner to Nigeria, Major General Muhammad Tayyib Azam, who called on him at Government House in Birnin Kebbi. Governor Abubakar Atiku appreciated the Pakistani High Commissioner, including Kebbi State, as part of the trade cooperation and entrepreneurship, pledging the sustained bilateral ties through standing committee to supervise the coordinate possibility. The governor requested the commissioner to look up into the possibility of partnering with the state on cancer treatments, mining technology, healthcare service, security environment, and education, agriculture, among others. Earlier, the Pakistani High Commissioner to Nigeria, Major General Muhammad Tayyib Azam, said he was in the state to explore areas of cooperation on trade commerce for the benefit of the two entities listed: security, engineering, pharmacy, education, health, and hospital equipment, among the possible areas of cooperation. Scholz arrived in Moscow after a trip to Kiev on Monday, where he met with Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky to strengthen Berlin's support in the face of Russia's aggression. Scholz said he met Putin that the most important thing is to manage relations between countries through good discussions with each other, adding that he was glad that the two leaders were able to meet face-to-face. Olaf Scholz made his inaugural visit as German Chancellor to Moscow on Tuesday to meet with the Russian President Vladimir Putin, with ongoing crisis at Russian-Ukraine border dominating the agenda. In a joint press conference after meeting, the Chancellor said Europe does not see escalation into a war. Scholz said it's their absolute duty as head of government to that Europe does not see as the escalation into the war. Putin added that Germany is one of the Russian most important partners and said it intends to cooperate further with Berlin and emphasize the role of the economic ties between the two, with the Germany being Russia's second biggest trade partner after China. This ends the news. Good night.